Hello and welcome back to reality. Stuttered tongue tie. Hello and welcome back to Reality Unzipped, the podcast. I'm your host Brittany, and my co-host here / the voice is Dorian. This is episode
16.
16. We almost at 20, baby. I never would have thought. Can you hear my snowball? Because I kind of want to. Is that poor etiquette to, like, eat while you on a podcast?
Yeah, I don't think you should do
People
that.
eat. This one man was eating a bibimbap.
Yeah, I don't think
bowl.
you should do it.
Just let me have it next to me. Thank you.
Here we go. Are we breaking the rules?
I know.
This is podcast 101. Don't eat while you're podcasting.
Show me somewhere that says I'm not allowed to eat on a podcast.
It's podcast 101 book.
I'll make sure I do it off the mic so y'all don't hear
How
me.
about just not do it at all?
I don't want it to melt, and it's so good.
I think you should just let it melt.
Polar.
All right, here we go. Breaking the rules.
Polar punch and mango
And
flavor.
3, 2, 1. Breaking the rules. You finished? Can we stick to the rules of podcasting?
I can't make any promises. Anyway, so babe, you had things to talk to me
Yeah,
about?
so this one is
First
very...
off, hold on. How are you today? Because you always be trying to
So
get on me.
So you trying to be on point.
Yeah, so
You know
on point
what?
today.
You got me today because I forgot. I was about to get started. You got me today.
Good.
Damn.
How are you?
Damn.
How's your mental health?
You know what?
How are things?
You got me smiling over here because I'm really proud of you right now. That just says that you on your.
I'm on my ish today.
Yeah.
I feel good.
But
Ready to get it done.
I'm good. How you doing today?
I'm great, as you can see, because I'm on it.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, nothing to complain about. No worries, no stress. I've been more aware of like my feelings and how my body reacts to my feelings, and I feel like that's been helping me throughout the week.
How you agree with me on not overwhelming, overdoing this stuff?
But it's easier said than done. That's why I said like I've been actually like becoming more aware of how I feel during certain situations, because I go into like panic attack mode like before panic even happens. Like it's like my body like goes there before the situation even like warrants that reaction. So I've been working on that, and it's been going great so far. And yeah, no complaints.
All right,
so
cool.
Yes, your topic. What did you want to talk about?
So I'm starting. So this one is very PG-13 is like adults, right?
No, it's
children.
13.
All right, this ain't PG-13 today.
What is it? Rated R?
Rated R.
Is it X or R or
well,
MA?
we can say sex because we haven't. So
Sure
I've been doing my
your research about YouTube,
my research
trigger words.
Yeah, like as long as you know when you post a video, you don't put this is for not for kids.
Okay, but even still, like I feel like they still flag certain words, like
certain words, but
like when you talking about.
We ain't doing that.
You can't talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Why would I research that? I ain't.
I'm just saying, if we had talked about a topic, you would have to say like, he unalived somebody, or he used a pow pow.
All right, we ain't going. Look, that's not what my topic about though. We gonna move on from that.
All right. Go ahead.
So, apparently, women can only fit 10 centimeters. You think that's true? Like, how long is 10 centimeters?
Is this really our topic today?
Yeah.
This is
I want to talk
definitely
about
not
that.
for children. I will put a disclaimer at the front of the video. You threw me for this. I didn't know it was going there.
Well, how long is 10 centimeters?
10 centimeters?
Yeah.
Let me look. Isn't this phone like 14 centimeters?
No way.
Woo!
Phone is not 14
I hope
centimeters.
none of my grandparents are watching this episode. I'll just tell them not to.
Oh my gosh.
I'm joking.
We're not getting.
But
how long is 10 centimeters?
I'm trying to look it up. I feel like my phone. I was about to go in settings, but F it. I'm gonna
You need to
Google
get a ruler.
it. Let's
Well,
see.
what you got?
10 centimeters equals almost 4 inches.
Okay.
So
So 4 inches is what?
4 inches is like, I don't know, like right here.
Okay, so that's
I
four.
don't know.
That's
I'm
four
just
inches.
guessing.
So 10 centimeters is 4 inches, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So then that has to be wrong then.
No, I mean, so if you want to get really into this,
Mm-hmm. That's what I. That's that's.
the female body. I mean, I don't know because I feel like I don't even know how to say this. Oh my god!
What?
Like, I feel like only a certain amount is supposed to go in there.
Yeah. Otherwise, stuff will shut down.
Not shut down. It just becomes uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So some people say like bigger is better,
Mm-hmm.
but not always.
So what you think? What you think? What you think?
I feel like you gotta know what you're doing with what you got.
So so basically you saying it's the motion of the ocean.
Yeah, like
Okay.
honestly, like you can't have like a mandingo and like just be like
The fact that you did that
I
is
know.
very strange.
I don't know how else to describe it. I
Okay.
should have told you to tell me so I could prepare my brain for this topic.
No, I mean I wanted to catch you off guard.
You did.
So
But yeah, like you gotta just know because if you want to get technical, like for women, women's G spot is like I can't describe it. Like it's not.
isn't it like at the top?
It's not like all the way back where I feel like men think it is.
Yeah.
You have to like
I have an idea where it's at.
an idea.
I know where it's at. What you laughing at? What you laughing at?
You said you have an idea.
All right, clearly I know where it's at. Yes, I know
So
where it's
I'm
at.
like, you don't be guessing. Anyway,
Whatever.
but like, yeah, it's like a certain place. It's not like you don't gotta go digging through the woods to find it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I don't know how to word it. Like, it's kind of like at the front door almost.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I know, but you was saying you have an idea. Like you was
I
uncertain.
know where it's at.
Like
I
that's
know
why I
where
was
it's
looking
at.
at you like.
I know where it's at.
But that's the point I'm trying to make. Like
Yeah.
you don't necessarily have to have a whole lot of stuff to satisfy a woman. But
Okay.
you saying where did you look up that a woman
I heard it.
can
I can't
only-
remember where I heard it at.
the space between the front door and the back, not the back door, the front door and like all the way in there is 10 centimeters.
Yeah, like it ain't. After that, it gets very uncomfortable.
That's a fact.
Okay.
Like, so that's why women should speak up about what feels good and what doesn't. Because I feel like women honestly just let men do whatever and like lie.
Okay. So, what did you want to talk about? Actually, I know what you want to talk about, but I can't remember what it was.
Wait, we done
Oh, you want?
talking about
Oh,
that?
go ahead. Continue.
I'm just it just communication is everything. So I don't know if that's every woman is a 10 centimeter span,
Yeah.
4 inches. I don't think that's the truth. I think it depends on the woman's body.
So
I guess you know what? I think it's from the entranceway to like the cervix. That's probably
the
10
centimeters, and then
yeah.
after that, it's just
It's nothing.
it gets painful,
uncomfortable. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that's why, like, you use things like, the rings that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cringy. My parents cannot watch this episode.
Well, I don't. I mean, I don't care if they
I
do.
know.
We're adults, so
No
know.
duh. But I'm just saying, like, this is mad awkward.
I mean, you know.
I know we're probably
Continue.
gonna be talking about stuff like this more.
Yes,
so this
we will.
podcast disclaimer is not for children. If you didn't know,
Keep in mind,
now you know.
the name of the podcast is
Reality
Unzipped.
So we talking about everything. And I need to be more comfortable with that.
So
because I'm acting like a
sorry.
right now.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
But there, like I was saying, like there are things to like help like a decent stopping point if your partner like can't gauge where they need to stop or can't listen. Like,
all right, well, you going into depth. I ain't want to get all those details.
That's just that's where this conversation is opening up to. In
all right,
my opinion.
well, next time we need to make a whole thing about this. But I want to talk more about the other thing, though.
Oh, you can't be dropping a topic like this.
Oh, so you was feeling that topic.
I am, but I just had to get over the fact that my parents watch this podcast and my grandparents and people from my church.
Yeah.
So like, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean,
but
hey.
Like I was saying, like, yeah, there are things that you can use, but I'm not 100% sure if Google is right on that. I feel like every woman is different. Women, you just need to speak up about.
What if a doctor said that?
I mean, clearly,
if a doctor said that, then that doctor was like, that doctor know what he talking about.
Could a doctor measure my inside?
That's what I'm saying. And if a doctor say that, then that
my next appointment, I'm gonna get her to measure.
That ends the conversation, right? Like,
that's
all right,
so
after
crazy.
10 centimeters, you just need to chill out.
I feel like that might be the rules for most women.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't know it because there's this like unspoken. I don't know.
It's like it feels good, but it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, like they just let men take over, and that needs to not be a thing. Women, speak up about everything. Shoot,
right.
Just speak up about what feels good, what doesn't. Like, I speak up. I feel like
you always speak up. You don't never shut up
for good reason. Shoot, it's my
Some days you. Oh well, when it comes to your body, yeah. But
that's what I'm talking
about other stuff. But go ahead.
You talking about just in general? Yeah. No, if something bothers me, I'm gonna speak on it.
Yeah, I know that, and I'm saying sometimes it might be best to shut up. That's all I'm saying.
According to you.
That's all I'm saying.
Anyway.
But you want to talk about the other thing, or you want to continue this?
Yes. No. We can elaborate more on this another time because I do want to talk about what you were talking about.
No, that's what you brought to my attention.
A friend of mine brought this to my attention and asked if we could speak on it.
Yeah. What is it?
So basically, she asked, "Do I think does the saying?" Birds of a feather flock together, does it apply to like male partners?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, I'm gonna elaborate for people who don't understand the birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah, go ahead and elaborate.
So basically what that means is if what example did I use?
So what I used was, all right, so you got 5 women.
I told you that. Basically.
No, I did that.
All right, go ahead.
You got 5 women, and one of them is, a real woman, has morals and all that, and she is respectful and all that. And then her other 4 friends are hoes, savages. Just be out there.
Hot girl summer life, big time.
Worse than that, they just be out there doing
whatever.
Everything.
With whoever.
And then you got the one woman that's a lawyer, or she's about
Not
her business. She's just respectful. She respects herself. She respects everybody around her, and she don't tolerate no nonsense. Now, a person walking down the street
seeing that
could
group
see
of
those group of friends, and that one person could say, "Oh, they all trifling. They all hoes." But then another person can walk down the street and say, "Oh, well, they all look respectful, all women," but they don't know. It's like you looking at you on the outside and you trying to look in, but you not in, so you don't really know.
That's true. You not in, so you don't really know. But we're talking about the optics of a situation.
Optics of a situation,
the
meaning
optics, the way it looks. So if I'm with a group of
And
homegirls,
y'all turn.
and they
Oh yeah, and y'all turning up.
turning up, but you know me, I'm not a super like
But I've seen you
ah.
turn up though.
You have with you though,
I've
like
seen you turn up without me. There's been a few occasions where we was out and you was doing your thing, and I was standing there chilling, doing my thing.
all right. Anyway, but basically, like you see a group of women
Mm-hmm.
or men. Let's do this. So you have a group of men,
Mm-hmm.
and all of his friends have some sort of issues in their relationships.
Yeah.
So let's say Johnny has one friend who's married but stepping out on his wife literally every chance that they get.
Right.
And he's got another friend who's also not being faithful to his wife
Mm-hmm.
in some kind of way. And another friend who got like 12 different baby mamas and got drama with every last one of them.
Mm.
And
Paying
and,
100,000.
and child support and just got all the issues and got a side chick and all the things.
Right.
And you notice like, hey, how come like all your friends got issues like this, but you do have some friends who are in good healthy relationships from what you can see.
Okay.
But they may not be spending as much time with those friends versus the friends who have like more relationship issues. That's the issue of birds of a feather flock together, because it's like, well, since you're hanging out with these friends more, do I look at you funny, or do I trust that you doing what you out here doing what you're supposed to be despite the company that you keep?
Mm.
That's where it gets touchy.
And that's what I'm saying, like that can literally go both ways.
It can.
That dude could be out there doing what
they doing, or
he could be out there like
being
nah,
faithful,
I ain't doing that.
watching his homies
right turn up, act a fool,
but coming home to his wife every day and treating her with respect and all the things.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and that's why I said that could really go either way.
It could. The optics of it may look weird or may make you side eye. My opinion is if it makes you side eye, that's something that I feel like you should bring up to your partner. Yeah. If any relationship that your partner has makes you feel uncomfortable, I feel like you should bring it up to them. Like if you have friends that I was really like, I don't like that you hang out with them so much because they really out here wilding and that's not you at all. Like, right. So what are you hanging out with them so much for? Right. I would bring it to you and then we would have a discussion about it and the outcome would be compromise, because that's what it's been in the past. Like, we always seem to find, a middle ground. Yeah. So I feel like that's just the route that will have to be taken. But I can't deny that it does put the person in a negative light based off of who they're hanging out with. It's guilty by association. And unfortunately, like, that's the way the human brain works. Like, they see a group, they're going to assume all parties in that group are taking part in that type of behavior.
But see, if you go by guilty by association, that's also judging.
I'm not denying that it's judging.
That's judging right there.
I would be judging you if you was hanging out with a bunch of people who was being wild and crazy, like, because I know that's not you. Well, first off, I know that's not you.
Wait, but let's just say I do have a part of that. Let's just say there is a part of me where I do want to go out and have fun, but I do it the right way.
Well, that's not the issue that I'm having.
That's what I'm saying, though.
That's not the issue. But the issue would be is, like, who are you going out and partying with?
Let's just say I'm going out with Johnny, and Johnny like the...
And Johnny's homeboys who acting crazy.
Johnny and homeboys like to just turn up and go out and be acting all...
And be flirting with women when their wives are at home and all of that.
All that.
And you out there
and
with
I'm
that?
just out there just, yeah, y'all go ahead. Y'all do your thing. Yeah, give me another shot.
But that's the thing. I would have to trust you to conduct yourself as, somebody who cares about his family and his legacy and
right,
all
but
of that.
Right, but if those are my friends, like, you saw that side of me beginning of our relationship. You saw that side of me. So you can't sit there and say, oh, that's not that. That's not you. Yes, it is. You saw that side of me. You seen me go out. You seen me turn up. And
No,
then,
I'm not saying to turn upside of you. I know you like to go out sometimes to have a good time. I'm
right?
saying putting you into a situation where you are constantly like
Well, then that's
spending a
when,
ton of time with friends who don't have their morals
well,
aligned with
what's a ton of
yours.
time? Because you got to have balance.
Right. So a ton of time will be going over to somebody's your homeboy's house like every night
Okay,
doing whatever y'all do.
then that's where stuff starts getting messy.
Right. Because
You ain't
that's
got no balance. You can't do that. You can't go out if you got a family and a fiance or whatever. You can't go out and then come and do all that and then think everything is good at home. That's not.
that's what the birds of a feather like, because I feel like judgment comes into play. You saying that you judging, like, well, what is the person to do?
Well, what I'm
They
saying
can't do
is,
nothing but judge.
what I'm saying is, what if that person only does it on the weekend?
Oh, if
What
it's
if they work Monday through Friday? All right, I want to turn up Saturday.
yes, like
I
if
feel like that's okay.
that is okay, even if the friends that you do hang out with do
Yeah,
their own thing, but
yeah,
these are your homies that you grew up with, and you know you spending time with them, having a good time. One side of the whenever you feel like
yeah,
breaking away and doing your thing, yeah, that's different.
yeah.
I'm saying flocking together. Like flocking requires a substantial amount of time being spent.
That's true.
Like if that's your flock, a
Well,
flock stays
I don't
together.
look.
What?
A flock stays together. That's true. Like, yeah, go ahead, continue.
That's it. Like I feel like you gotta be spending a lot of time with that flock in order for it to be a flock.
Yeah.
So what was you did a face and laughed. What was you about to say?
Nah, cause like it just depends. Like, so you saying that flock, like that flock, so that person will be hanging with that flock Monday to Sunday. Is that what you mean?
Almost every day or whenever
Okay.
they got
Okay, I see what you're
downtime,
saying.
they flocking.
Now, what if he flock? What if they flock on the weekend? Then what?
I mean, if it still makes your partner feel uncomfortable, even if you only hanging out with these people once a month, honestly,
I feel like you should be able to hang out with friends you grew up with and all
with
that
whoever you want to, honestly. But it
on the
comes
weekend.
down to
Like, I feel like on the weekend,
it comes down
hey,
to this.
let's like we worked hard. Let's go have
Let's
fun.
turn up, yeah. But it comes down to if your partner don't like who you flocking with.
But what if your partner? Okay, when you say don't like, what if that person is your best friend?
If that person is your best friend,
Then what? Then what?
then your best friend can keep you warm at night.
No, see, no, you're not being real. She not being real right now.
Listen, if I was that, if let's say this is me and you,
Mm-hmm.
if you had somebody that you flocked with,
Mm-hmm.
even just on the weekends or every couple,
I should be able to flock.
you should. And
Yes.
I've never stopped you from flocking.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying.
And I've never
I
said
should be able to
I
flock.
don't want you hanging out with this person anymore because I don't like what they're doing.
Okay.
Like, but
But I grew up with that person. First of all, you gotta think. If I'm going to do some dirt, then that is me. That's me. Now I done went down the dark lane. Now I'm in that dark lane.
right,
Ain't no getting out of that dark lane until I come out with the truth.
right,
But if I flock and I stay in the right lane and I stay honest, I'm gonna take my shot. I'm gonna take my
you're gonna have your fun.
sangria.
Your
I'm gonna
wine.
listen to my music. I'm gonna have my wine, and then at the end of all the my 3 drinks or 4 drinks, I ain't do no flirting. I just danced, maybe talked to a couple girls, but they came to me. However it went down, it was no flirting.
Yes.
And then I came home.
And then was like, babe, I gotta tell you some.
Right. I think that's
That's fine.
that's
I never said anything was wrong with that. But
Okay.
there are situations where the flocking is the icing on the cake. Like,
what you mean by the icing on the cake.
so I feel like the flocking could be, is it such a big issue because there's so many other issues. going on.
Okay, all right. So you talking about other stuff, but we talking about birds flock of a feather.
Yeah, if it's just birds of a feather flocking together,
It really,
I personally would not have an issue with. I don't have issue with the people that you hang out with. For
right,
one.
but no, let's just keep it on birds of flock of a feather. You're saying you're saying that if that person. So what's your stance on it? On birds of flock of a feather, what's your stance on it? What's your stance?
If I'm on the outside looking in and I see a group of dudes that I know
group
to
of
be
dudes, group of women, whatever,
a group of people who I know to be in monogamous relationships, and I see them out in public like being wild.
Yeah. What's your stance?
I'll be like, oh, they them type of people. Okay.
And you saying that's for all of them?
All
I like
of,
that.
Even if one or two of them in there are not like.
All right,
I'm gonna just assume like all y'all get down like that.
They all hoes.
Most of y'all in the group get down like that.
They all players.
Yeah, and that's just a price you gotta pay with who you hang out with.
And
that's why some people.
And my stance is, not all of them is players.
I know,
not all of them
but
is
I know
hoes.
this for a fact. Not all of the people. I've had like some friends do things that I don't do. I'm not that type.
But you took your stance though.
I could have been assumed to be one of those type of girls just based off of who I was around, and that's just the reality of the situation.
See now,
and I'm not going to stop.
Need to, you know what? Now we know what I just thought about.
What?
The day I first met you. That's what we need to talk about next. The day I first met you. Since you talking about, see when I was hanging around and you
what?
How did I see you when you was hanging out with who you was hanging out?
How did you see me? Because I was
I don't
minding
know. We
my
gonna
business.
say that. We gonna say that.
No,
we saving that. I ain't talking about.
We
moving on. We ain't got enough. It's gonna take a whole episode to talk about that.
To dip that.
If we only got 3 minutes left, we gonna talk about that another time. Yeah. I wish we could, but we gonna talk about that next episode.
You really not about to end it like this.
We are. We are gonna end it like that.
Naked. And
I ain't throw you out there naked.
You were alluding to things, and I want to talk about them now.
We are going to talk about them. We're going to talk about them next episode.
Oh my gosh! All right, y'all.
But anyway, we got like 3 minutes left.
Well, yeah, I feel like birds of a feather flock together, and if you're hanging around a bunch of chicken heads, you are
the one you just said, bunch of chicken heads.
Be a chicken head too. If you hanging out,
I disagree.
If you hanging out with a bunch of F boys,
all of them is F boys.
You are a part of the F boy crew.
Oh man, all right, okay.
And that's you may not. You may have one good person, one person who's not an F boy.
Don't you think that a woman
who are not
or
F boys out of the group
sometimes chooses that person out of that flock and it ends up being the right person though? Don't you think a woman or man will choose that person out of a flock? And end up turning them into a husband or wife.
Somebody thought you was an F boy. You had told me.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's my thing. They assumed that you was a F boy.
Right.
And you are clearly not. You are a person
I'm a family guy.
Intention and dignity and all the things.
Yeah.
Loyalty and all the things, but she just by looking at you thought that you was one of those type of dudes.
Not even looking at me. It was a whole lot of other stuff she didn't like. I think like she just didn't like the way I moved. Like I operated as a family person. I operated like
you were a gentleman.
Yeah, she ain't like that.
That's a whole nother topic too.
Right.
Yeah, that's a whole nother situation. But I stand on what I said. Like if you hanging with the chicken heads, you
all them chicken heads.
Yeah,
you terrible.
Unless like that's just like if you out here trying to get a husband or trying to have
1 minute left.
All right, if you out here trying to get a mate, you're not gonna be hanging with people who aren't aligned with what you are going after.
Okay,
that's just the way I see it.
And the way I see it is, you pick and you choose, and sometimes you end up picking the right one, and sometimes you end up picking the wrong one.
Amongst the mess.
Basically,
you're saying it's up to the person to figure out who is right for them.
Yeah.
And sometimes
sometimes you just can't be like, oh, all of them. I see the birds of feathers, but dang, I wish we had more time on this. But go ahead, close it out.
I just know I picked the right one.
We got 10 seconds. Close it out.
Okay. Talk to me in the comments. That's all. Bye.